Never underestimate the Earth. It holds powers so immense they can swallow cities whole, reshape coastlines, or starve entire nations without a single drop of rain. For centuries, humanity has stood humbled before nature's might. From the ground shaking beneath our feet to the skies unleashing their fury, natural disasters remind us of our delicate place in the world. But what drives these colossal events? Where do they strike most fiercely, and what scars do they leave behind? Today, we're diving deep into the science, stories, and sheer scale of 5 of Earth's most devastating natural phenomena, uncovering their secrets and understanding their true impact. First up, the sudden, violent jolt that can flatten buildings in seconds. Earthquakes. Imagine 2 giant rough pieces of a puzzle constantly grinding against each other deep beneath your feet. These are tectonic plates, Earth's massive outer layers. When they snag and then suddenly slip past each other, the energy release travels in waves, making the ground shake. That's an earthquake. The most active zones are often found along the Pacific Ring of Fire, a horseshoe-shaped belt around the Pacific Ocean. This includes countries like Japan, Indonesia, Chile, and the western coast of North America, including California. Another busy area is the Mediterranean Alpine Belt, stretching across Turkey, Greece, and Italy. The impact is immediate and often catastrophic. Buildings collapse, roads crack, and utilities fail. For example, the 2010 earthquake in Haiti, a magnitude 7.0, tragically took over 200,000 lives and left a nation struggling for years. Annually, around 500,000 earthquakes are detectable, with about 100,000 felt and about 100 causing significant damage. Seeing footage of buildings swaying and then crumbling, or the ground ripping apart, really brings home the raw power. Next, we look at nature's spectacular yet terrifying fireworks show, volcanic eruptions. Deep inside our planet, molten rock, called magma, builds up under immense pressure. When this pressure becomes too great, it finds a weakness in the Earth's crust, a volcano, and erupts, spewing lava, ash, and gases into the air. These often occur along the same ring of fire as earthquakes, in places like Indonesia with its thousands of islands, Japan, the Philippines, and the United States, especially in Hawaii and the Cascade Mountains. Iceland and Italy also have very active volcanoes like Mount Etna. The impact is varied and devastating. Lava flows can destroy everything in their path, but fast-moving, superheated pyroclastic flows are even deadlier. Ashfall can suffocate crops, contaminate water, disrupt air travel globally, and even block out the sun, temporarily cooling the planet. The 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines, for instance, caused global temperatures to drop by about 0.5 degrees Celsius for a year. Imagine seeing a mountain explode, sending a towering cloud of ash miles into the sky, or molten rock rivers glowing red as they creep across the landscape. There are roughly 1,500,000 active volcanoes globally, with about 50 to 60 erupting each year. Now picture a wall of water, not just a big wave, but an entire ocean moving inland. This is a tsunami. These monstrous waves are usually caused by giant underwater disturbances, most commonly powerful undersea earthquakes that violently displace vast amounts of water. Underwater landslides or volcanic eruptions can also trigger them. Tsunamis are most prevalent in the Pacific Ocean, again along the infamous Ring of Fire, as well as the Indian Ocean. Their impact is sudden and utterly destructive to coastal communities. They can travel across entire oceans at speeds up to 500 miles per hour, hitting distant shores with little warning. The 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami, triggered by a massive earthquake, killed over 230,000 people across 14 countries, forever changing the lives of millions and destroying countless towns. Watching security camera footage of a calm sea suddenly receding, only to return as an unstoppable surge, devouring everything in its path, is a chilling reminder of its power. From the depths of the ocean to the swirling skies, we encounter tropical cyclones, known as hurricanes, typhoons, or cyclones, depending on where they form. These are colossal, rotating storm systems that build up over warm ocean waters. They begin when warm, moist air over the ocean rises, creating a low-pressure area. More air rushes in, heats up, and rises, creating a continuous cycle. The Earth's rotation then makes the entire system spin, forming the iconic eye of the storm. Hurricanes typically brew in the Atlantic, threatening the Caribbean and the U.S. Gulf and East Coasts. Typhoons dominate the Western Pacific, impacting East Asia and the Philippines, while cyclones hit the Indian Ocean, affecting countries like India and Bangladesh. Their destructive power comes from extreme winds, torrential rain, and deadly storm surges. A wall of ocean water pushed ashore by the storm's winds, which is often the most dangerous aspect. Hurricane Katrina in 2005, for example, caused an estimated $125 billion in damage, making it one of the costliest natural disasters in U.S. history. Globally, there's an average of 80 tropical storms strong enough to be named each year. Satellite footage showing these colossal storms swirling across the ocean, or videos of buildings being torn apart by hurricane-force winds, showcase their immense power. Finally, we turn to a disaster that doesn't arrive with a bang or a roar, but with a slow, agonizing silence. Droughts. A drought is a prolonged period of unusually low rainfall, leading to a severe shortage of water. This happens when high-pressure systems stick around for too long, blocking rain clouds, or when climate change shifts traditional weather patterns. Droughts can affect almost anywhere, but some regions are particularly vulnerable, like the Sahel region of sub-Saharan Africa, parts of the American Southwest and California, Australia, and large areas of South Asia. The impact is widespread and devastating. Crops wither and die, leading to famine. Livestock perish, water supplies for drinking and sanitation vanish, and wildfires rage through parched landscapes. Droughts affect more people globally than any other natural disaster, leading to desertification and mass migration. About 55 million people worldwide are affected by drought annually, and in 2022, a staggering 2.3 billion people were experiencing water stress globally. Images of cracked, dusty earth, empty reservoirs, and emaciated animals tell a heartbreaking story of this silent killer. These events aren't just isolated tragedies. They're increasingly interconnected, often made worse by a changing climate, and they pose immense challenges to resilience and recovery. Every year, billions of dollars are lost and countless lives are upended. From rebuilding entire cities to securing food and water for millions, the ripple effects are felt globally. How do we adapt? How do we prepare? And what role do we play in understanding and mitigating these colossal forces? From the deep rumble of an earthquake to the silent devastation of a drought, our planet is a dynamic, powerful entity. Understanding these natural disasters, how they form, where they strike, and their profound impact is crucial. It's not about fear, but about respect, preparedness, and building a more resilient future against the awe-inspiring, sometimes terrifying, might of nature. For more educational videos, please like and subscribe.